Buenos días. Bonjour. Ohayou gozaimasu. Es lunes. Nous sommes lundi. Getsuyobi desu yo. It is Metacognition Monday. It's time to talk about how your brain works so that you learn faster in class. Today we're going to talk about a memory technique called pause, link, rehearse. Okay, so you learn something, you're going to have a pause there. You're going to make a connection to something else, and then you're going to go over it in your head. So it's well understood that if you're very emotional about something, you're going to remember it better. Okay, so maybe you don't remember what you ate for breakfast 5 weeks ago, or maybe you don't remember exactly what you were doing when you were tying your shoes 3 months ago. But if there was some big event that you got very emotional about, whether it's you were afraid or you were very happy or you were very sad, you're going to remember that better. Okay, so there is a 5-time USA memory champion named Nelson Dellis, and he has some great advice for this, all right? He says, let's say you're going to the store and you need to buy some cheese. You're afraid you're going to forget to buy cheese. So instead, in your head, before you go to the store, cheese, that's the pause, you're thinking about it. The link, you're making a link to, I'm going to buy stinky, rotten, putrid cheese. Okay, and then you think about that one extra time, that's the rehearse, and you'll remember it better. Because you've got this emotional attachment now. It's not just cheese you need to buy, it's, ew, gross cheese you need to buy. He says that every time he puts his keys down, he's afraid of forgetting where he put his keys down. So when he puts his keys down, he says something really stupid or some kind of mantra or something weird or bizarre, he says aloud, and he hears himself saying it, and that's so unexpected, and just like it hits you on an emotional level because it's either funny or it's a visceral or something, and then he remembers the act of putting his keys down, and he remembers where he put his keys down. He has an example of, let's say he goes to a party and he meets somebody named Steve, and he's like, how am I going to remember the guy's name was Steve? Well, let's say, he says, Steve is wearing a shirt with a monkey on it. Okay, I chose gorillas, of course. All right, so Steve's wearing a shirt with a monkey on it. So in his head, he imagines that Steve is wearing this giant gorilla suit. And just the absurdity of that will help him. So that's his pause. His name is Steve. Link. I imagine Steve is wearing this gorilla suit. Rehearse. Imagine it one more time. Okay, he's got it now. He says anything that you can make over-exaggerated. If it smells weird, imagine it smelling worse. If it's normal size, imagine it being huge. He says that's the key to memorization. That hyperbole of it all. Exaggerate it. And then he goes on to talk about the importance of journaling to strengthen your memory, because you can take those mundane things and then you're thinking about them more, and then you're adding emotion to it when you're journaling. So this is why we take notes in class, because that journaling, that note-taking, is going to help you remember stuff. So we're going to take some notes right now. Okay, I'm going to give you a little mini lecture. You know, my lectures are never longer than 10 minutes. While I'm lecturing, try to sketch doodle, if you like that. Try to bullet point. You can combine these two. Try to write a little bit in the target language. Okay, so you know the word adjective now. You know the word adjectivo now. You know the word keiyoshi now. As I'm lecturing, throw that in there, okay? And you can mix it around with English. It doesn't have to be entirely in Spanish. It doesn't have to be entirely in French. It doesn't have to be entirely in Japanese. Just mix them together. And then later today, recopy your notes. You can change the format. You can make them more neat. You can add color. Whatever it is you want to do, just copy it over. And that shouldn't take you any longer than 3 minutes to copy over your notes, okay? That's your studying. You'll find you remember things much better then. Okay, see you on Microsoft Teams.